After an incredible Monday through Friday, lots of activity on the parts of Donald Trump and the Trump administration, the weekend was incredibly intense. And once again, a demonstration of how Donald Trump, dealing with the media, the Democrats, other countries, congressional Republicans, has a very large and visible presence. We talked again last week to Steve Elmendorf, who talked about Donald Trump doing well under the banner of the three A's: action, attention, and authenticity. So, Sean, start with you. What's something that happened this weekend that you think has a lesson for understanding the administration, its policies, its actions going forward?
I'm going to take the obvious, and it's Colombia, but I think because it illustrates what you're getting at more than anything else. This little game that the president of Colombia was playing by not taking planes of his own citizens that we were expelling was a longstanding practice. And suddenly he decided that the type of plane that was being used was objectionable. Okay, fine. So he sends them back. And then what this is where the telling part is. Look at the Truth Social post that Donald Trump put out. It showed to me that he has a complete command and understanding of government and all the tools and levers of the government at his disposal. It wasn't just, I will be doing this and calling him and I'm going to levy tariffs. He went through systematically, agency by agency, and showed that he had a full understanding of the scope of government and what it could do to retaliate. And to me, that is Trump 2.0. That is a guy who's come in, understands what he can do, how to do it, and when to do it. And the Colombians reacted because of that. So to me, that was the one thing where there's a lot over the weekend that he could go to, but it shows that he knows what he's doing. He's got a team around him that knows how to implement them. The level of specificity of those actions enumerated in the truth was not like it came out of thin air. And that's the difference between this time and 8 years ago.
Dan,
Yeah,
on
I
that
mean,
point.
look, to Sean's point, he was on the golf course. He didn't type that out, right? Somebody handed him the platter of like, these are the things in our arsenal, and he pasted it and hit send, right? I think he continues to do the narrative setting of strength and action very well. But in the big picture, it is the small stuff right now that they can control, right? They are showing action, but the big ticket items are still out on the horizon, and it's still to be determined. How are they going to do when it comes to things like reconciliation, the bigger picture of immigration? A plane with 80 people, it's good, right? It's 80 fewer than we had to start the morning, so to speak, but you're not really putting a bigger dent in it. And at the same time, this weekend, there was a story that the White House is frustrated. They want 1,500, 2,000 people a day, bigger headlines, more numbers. It's harder to do. It's going to bump into, real world issues. So I agree. They're doing the little things well, and they're building momentum. We'll see if it helps them with the bigger picture.
Dan, I do get your point on the numbers. And I think, but I will say, to me at least, one of the biggest sea changes has been if 4 years ago you were told, don't come, but here's what you get when you come, right? The signal was, we actually kind of want you and we'll reward you for coming in, whether it's 80 or 8. What I think the signal is to folks who want to come into this country illegally is, we will find you and we will get rid of you if you come into this country illegally. And I think that in itself, that level of deterrence is critical.